Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Everton match preview. But before we get into that quiz, I must ask you, how are we all feeling? Still living on that Southampton win, and also Lingard's debut for West Ham, and also Liverpool dropping points. I think Moloto, you've got some explaining to do with your juju.
Yeah, Liverpool finish, mate, and it brings me much joy to when they lose. Anfield is no fortress anymore, and yeah, I'm just enjoying every moment of it because last season was not nice. Oh gosh, my network's pretty bad, so I apologize for the lagging.
No, you
But yeah, last season was nice. They were what 30 something or 20 something
Yeah, I'm gonna get the
points ahead
table
of
for you now,
us.
yeah.
Yeah, them dropping off, of course, and us turning it around. And yeah, it just brings me joy. And Lingard as well, doing very well at West Ham in his first game. I was very happy for him. And I don't know if I want him back if he continues this form, but it's great for him. To be honest, I don't know. I just don't think he's a United player. I don't think he's at that level. But it'd be great for him if he is consistent at this level. And maybe also exposing us tactically a little bit. I don't know. We'll see though. But yeah, I'm feeling great. And I'm also feeling great about the 9-0. Ruthless. Everybody's talking about it. So yeah, top of the moon.
Yeah. Clay?
yeah, it's fantastic.
Life is fantastic.
But all I have to say right now is I'm just very chuffed at my Brighton prediction for being the surprise of the season after they just take 6 points away from Tottenham and Liverpool at home.
Well, I don't know if we can call them a
I'm very
surprise yet. The surprise team.
I am very proud of that. I am just very proud. It's so amazing to see them beat Liverpool at Anfield. That just brings my heart so much joy. The 9-0 was great, but Brighton beating Liverpool, that's a very close feeling.
Yeah. Nah, I completely get
It was
that.
great.
Completely
Yeah.
get that. Just to bring up on the league table, obviously, shout out to Jesse Lingard. I think the benefits of the Jesse Lingard performing well at West Ham is that if Lingard performs well at West Ham, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there might be a small chance that maybe a Lingard Jones swap deal for Rice, plus cash, it could happen, it could if Lingard really performs this well, you can never know. Lingard will play football at West Ham, so Lingard will be happy. West Ham will obviously be happy when we
Who
just take
knows?
West Ham. I mean, we take
Who
Declan
knows?
Rice.
Maybe this is
Worst timing, unfortunately.
let's plan. Now let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. No, I think what you said was maybe it is a plan. I doubt it is a plan, but
Yeah.
we can hope. We can hope. It's
Oh,
one.
he's playing 4D chess, boys.
Yeah, he's playing 4D chess. Ollie and Edward Wood. Yeah, but anyways, let's get into the Everton game. I just thought we'd touch on the breaking news or whatever news, latest news. So that's all good. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe, smash a like, comment down below, all the good things, share it around. Let's grow the community and everything. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, guys, Everton. I'm looking at the table now, boys. Everton have currently 36 points, right? We have 44. We are, how's my quick math? 3 points behind City. Liverpool are 4 points behind us now. Ish, but they're 7 points behind City. And City still have a game in hand. So at the moment, it kind of looks like, this league is definitely on course for Cities. And realistically, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but if there's anyone close to stopping City, it's us. It's us. We are the closest to stopping City. And we also know that Liverpool vs City is coming up. And if we are serious about this, like I always said, anything can happen. I don't think we are going to win the title, but let's just keep where we at for as long as possible. I'll take second. Oh, means if we finish above Liverpool, I'm taking it with both hands. So we're currently second, and we have to beat Everton. Now, Everton, in the last 5, they've lost 2, drawn 1, and won 2 as well. So it's a mixed bag. United have actually also been a mixed bag lately in the league. It's won twice, drawn twice, and lost once. But we are coming off a big win and confidence boost. So, if Moloto is dead, Clayton, you can go first. How do you expect this game to go?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty close affair. We know that Carlo wants to take the game to us no matter what, no matter whether he knows that we're going to play on the counter and just sit and take all the pressure. Because we thought he would have our number and then he just didn't. So I expect a very similar result. I expect there to be quite a few goals in this game again. Everton should get one, and we should probably get close to our tally of three from the last game. So I'm just expecting a really good game for a neutral, and from us, it should be a win again.
Definitely should be a win. I don't think
Yeah.
Moloto is back at the moment. So
Yeah.
we can't get his thoughts, sadly. His internet is dying,
Yeah.
He's sabotaging us. It's fine, We move until he's back.
Exactly.
With regards to this game, I think tactically, I don't know how it's going to go out, to be honest with you. I don't know. Everton are so 50-50. I don't know what Everton, it either looks one day that they're going to be serious Champions League qualifiers. Okay, let me just put. Okay, there might have been a small pause in the video. I apologize for that. We're just sorting out the connection issues. But anyways, I was speaking about how Everton have been 50-50 recently, You can't really... One day they look like they're challenging for Champions League football. The next week they look like they're just a mid-table team. And to be honest with you, like I told Clayton, our recent 5 games in the Premier League for United is also a bit of a mixed bag, I know the 9-0 obviously helps a lot, gives this team an instant confidence boost. So that's a good thing. But in the last 5 games, we're also pretty mixed. So, Malot, now that you're back, I was going to ask you, how do you think Everton will go into this game?
Respectful of United and the position in the league and the players we have. And it's Carlo Ancelotti. He's not afraid to take a bit of risk, and they never play extremely negative football. You never see them put every man behind the ball. But at the same time, they'll never do what Bielsa does and just throw caution to the wind and come at you. So in that game plan, there'll be a bit of mix. They'll be very good, have a good shape defensively, but they won't be scared to throw a few men forward. And that always a risk. I think over the years, they've been a bit of a bogey team for us, more so at Goodison Park. But yeah, for us, we need to start working on what we do more, focusing on what we do more than what other teams do, because I think we do that a little bit too much, and then we tend to go into games being a little bit cautious. So even if it's Everton, I think we should be treating Everton, yes, obviously go in thinking that it's Everton, they're better players. But going forward, I think we should be as ferocious as we would be against one of the smaller teams because we have the quality of player. And I think in our final third, as we've been talking about, I think, yes, we won 9-0, but it's not a perfect reflection because they did have 2 red cards at the end of the day. But what we need to take from that game is that we can be ruthless. And Ole needs to work on how we play in the final third more. So we can go into games and batter these teams, because I feel like champions, you can be very conservative and rely on the few chances he creates. I think we saw Jose do this in his last title, pretty much for the whole of the second half of the season. But it's very risky. It's very risky because there's always a chance something can go wrong if you do that. And as you guys keep saying, it's a bit annoying that every time you watch United, you have to be on the edge of your seats, biting your nails. So we need to work on battering some of these teams. And there'll always be that 1 or 2 games that it's close, but it shouldn't be every single game.
Yeah, and that is something I want to bring up because I was gonna say, do you think that the Southampton game is one of the indications that we are gonna start playing more like a big team? And also I want to to discuss about something completely different as well, which relates to the game, but I want to relate it with the dominating smaller teams while being the big team now. Playing that what is called big team football. How much do you guys think that our fullbacks' performances over the recent weeks have a part to play? Because in the recent weeks, I can tell you a few things. Clearly, we've been working on trying to get the fullbacks more involved in our gameplay. Clearly, it's a tactic that we want to use our fullbacks going up, putting in balls, whipping in balls. Clearly it has been done, and we've said over the few weeks, Aaron Bissaka and Luke Shaw, they have improved, but they've been unlucky with getting assists, goals, and the numbers.
I'll get the numbers again.
But recently, not really recently, but the Southampton game, I thought was a big learning curve because everything in that game was perfect. Substitutions, tactics, ruthlessness, working with the fullbacks, the way we played. That's how it was supposed to be done. And so Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka have been amazing recently. So Muloto, I'm not usually one to give Oli a little bit of credit. I'm usually not the guy to give him credit. But do you think he will stick with it, or do you think he'll just, he'll go and revert back to the old ways? The deep line, the compactness, counter attacking. Or do you think he's actually
I
moving
found the
forward?
stats for
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
before we continue. So in the last 6 game weeks, Luke Shaw has created the most amount of chances amongst defenders. He's created 19 chances. Second best is Robertson and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, tied with 9. He's also created the most big chances in the league in general in the same period.
Oh, Luke Shaw.
Yeah, Luke Shaw.
He's the best left back in the league at the moment.
At the
At the
moment,
moment,
Yeah.
yeah.
At the
Yeah.
moment, I must
And it's
admit.
going to be weird. It's going to be ironic because I'm going to take the credit away from Ole a little bit here. And I do think we have improved, especially Luke Shaw. I do think we have improved a lot. But in the Southampton game, I honestly think we played like that because they got a red card. I honestly do. I think once they got the red card, Ole was like, overload the wings, cross as much as you can.
Yes.
McTominay, you can push forward. And yes, at least that's a sign that he has some tactical knowledge. But I don't think we would have done it with that ferocious if they still had all their men on the pitch. I think the amount of time we crossed show. Like, I don't think we crossed that much. Yes, Luke Shaw crossed from time to time. But in that game, we overloaded it. So yeah, I think what we do learn is not necessarily that Ole was planning going into the game saying, okay, I'm going to improve this now, maybe to a certain extent. But what you learned more so is that we can do this and we need to use it more, you know? And I think Ole should go away from this game and think to himself, like, we have talented players here, and I need to trust them more because I feel like we don't we don't create enough chances for our strikers. Even with Bruno from time to time, he does get isolated from time to time. And I think if he just trusts his attack and just says, boys, just go out and do it because we are better than this team, I think we'll get way more results going our way, honestly.
Now, unfortunately, I'm kind of sad by that. I was hoping Muloto would, back his manager, and be like, give me, sell me the dream, basically. I wanted to be sold the dream. Saying, nah, Oli, I think, he's learned. He's going to do this going forward. We're going to expect to see more of Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka up the field, putting in balls, scoring tap-ins. But there is a big point.
He has to
Muloto
learn.
made. He has to learn.
He has to.
But this is Oli test.
We scored 9 for God's sake.
Exactly.
Like,
but then,
what more proof does Ole need that we can do this?
I know, but then
You
you
know?
also said that we've done that also because of that early red card. Now, Clay, I'm gonna pass this on to you because I would guess you would say the same thing. You'd say if it wasn't for that early red card, we probably wouldn't have played the way we did.
Yeah. I think to a certain extent, yes. But I also do know that Oli has been trying to incorporate the fullbacks a lot more in our attacks recently. So it's definitely not something that's just come out of left field that suddenly Luke
Yeah, no,
Shaw
it's
got
not luck.
assist,
Yeah, it's not
Aaron
luck.
Wan-Bissaka's got a goal and an assist suddenly, and then it definitely isn't luck. It's something that we've progressed towards, but I do think it's a big outlier right now because of that early red card. If that early red card doesn't happen, I think we're going to be on the edge of our seats, hoping to scrape a 2-1, a 1-0 type of game. It would have been a lot tougher. We wouldn't have came in with that big team mentality.
We thought
Unless
we were
have
gonna
the
we thought we
yeah.
were gonna lose that game.
Yeah.
You and I predicted a loss.
Yeah,
So for the boys to turn up and then smack them for 9, even despite the red cards, it's
Exactly.
like okay, clearly they don't want to go back in slump of form.
Definitely not. I can agree with that. But I don't think Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka are going to slow down per se. But I don't think it should just be credited to the red card. I definitely think that Ali has been building to this, so there's some credit to him and where he's been going because we have been crossing a lot recently. I think about the last 4 or 5 game weeks.
No one's been finishing.
We've been,
though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's been finishing the chances that have been created by Aaron and Shaw. And Shaw had that Cavani miss. Aaron had that Rashford miss. You could look back just a week ago and see that it's not that we weren't doing it. It's just now we did it with more ruthlessness when we had the advantage. So I like that we pressed the advantage, but I don't know if that's going to be our main playing style moving forward. If it suddenly is, then so be it. I'll take it. But I'm more thinking towards just he's going to keep a similar sort of style, but a lot more reserved than that.
And that's why I think this game is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Because what we see, old United sitting back
Yeah.
deep,
As much as
looking
we
for the
all
counter
don't,
attack. Yeah?
yeah,
I,
we all don't trust that back two. The Maguire Lindelof. I honestly think Ole probably feels the same way, because if you think about it, he will never ever play the Pogba's, the Donnies of this world in that sixth position against the bigger teams, because he's shit scared what's going to happen if he does that.
mm,
Then the last time he tried it was Spurs, because in that game we went all out. We played Matic, Pogba,
Pogba, Bruno.
Bruno,
Yeah.
and it was a disaster. And ever since that game, every time he was a team that's good on the ball, that's very pacey, aggressive, he always goes to McFred. And I think that's a sign he doesn't trust some of these players.
Mm.
So I just think a little bit he has to ease off and go for it. Because I honestly think, as much as this back line or Maguire and Lindelof are disappointing, I sometimes think our attack is enough to finish games before those two become a problem. And he holds them back in that sense.
Exactly. That's why I'm looking forward to this game. Because, like I said, it's either Ollie's going to learn and we're going to start seeing more of that football we've seen against Southampton. Or we're just going to see typical United, sit back quite deep, look to counter when we can, or, just have no clue what to think going forward. Just if we have the ball, it's going to be something ridiculous. There's no clear goal, that's what I'm trying to say. The old way of we playing is when we scored, it wasn't like, what a well worked out goal. It was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous goals. It's not something you can score every week in, week out consistently. But what we did against Southampton, every week in, week out, I'll bet my life on it, you can score tap-ins. Sometimes you might not get the tap-ins, like let's just say you have to play a low block, very compressed defense, and they don't let you put in, obviously, you're not going to just let a tap-in cross come in, low cross or cross floating in the air. You're not going to just allow it to cap in. So you kind of change it. You then from the tap-in, you go through bowling, you play, then you can play, your normal way. You can look to cut and be more direct. But he's got to learn. And like you said, if he doesn't learn from this 9-0 game, what more evidence do you want?
Yeah, and we're not asking him to play Beelzebub. We're not asking him to play the Durgan Press or something.
Wow.
We're just asking him, nah, mate.
Wow.
Like, I
For
feel
me,
like,
I'm asking
honestly,
him to play that.
honestly, I feel like that's a little bit out of Ollie's reach. And I respect Ollie, but that's a little bit out of Ollie's reach. We're just asking him to. It must look like there's some pattern in the final third, some progressive pattern that we can rely on.
Just a step forward. That's all we want. A step forward right now. Baby steps.
Baby
Ollie
steps.
steps.
Yeah, let's just go with baby steps. This is baby steps.
Little baby Ollie steps.
Baby steps. So yeah, and which brings me on to the next part also, because Ollie, for once in his life, has got problems, good problems, but they're problems. Paul Pogba didn't play in that Southampton game. Donny came on at halftime. Martial didn't start, but he came on at halftime, did a madness. Now, Dan James even, he might have come on, he proved himself. Donny, he didn't really do anything, so, it is what it is. I don't expect Donny to do it. Bai didn't play that game. Tellez didn't play that game. Who is Ollie going to leave out in this game? Because Pogba didn't play it, or are you going to leave Pogba out? Are you going to leave
Pogba? Drop Pogba right now. Leave him. We're good without him. Let's move.
I don't think so. I don't think he's going to do that. Pogba won last player of the month. I don't think Pogba is going to get dropped. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if Pogba doesn't play this game. But it's a good problem to have. I think we will always want our managers to have this problem. So that brings me on to the team selection. I don't think there is anyone injured except for Cavani. I think Cavani, there's rumors coming out that he might have a knock, so he might be a doubt. Other than that, I think everyone else is pretty much fine, and that's about it. So, boys, in goal, I'm pretty sure Dav Dea still stays there, right? So no complaints about that. Luke Shaw, no complaints, even though I'm a bit concerned about the amount of games Tellez is getting. But I guess I'm fully expecting to see Tellez be used a lot more once we start Europa League. So it's not that.
Not
bad.
against Everton.
Yeah, not against Everton. Yeah, but Europa League is coming up, so don't be too worried yet. Yeah, don't be too worried yet. So Luke Shaw, backline. Surely it's going to be this. Surely it's going to be this. But again, I don't like it. I want Bai. I don't like this back two.
It should be Bailly, but Oli doesn't trust Bailly. And on top of that, I think it could be an injury thing. He doesn't want to overplay him. He is more focused on having enough centre backs fit than if that the best centre backs playing. And the best way to do that is to play more of Lindelof, who has a better injury record, and play Bayer from time to time.
No, I'll give you. I'm gonna give you a scenario, a hypothetical scenario, right? I can tell you this. What if I tell you those are gonna be our centre backs for the league, 100% week in week out. Those are gonna be our centre backs for the league, and at the end of the season, we might win the league, but we might not. So if there's a, I'm not giving you the final product, or that, and so because I honestly think if we were to win the league, it's worth Eric Bailly in the team, or
Okay.
I tell you Eric Bailly might be rested. He might be rested in the league, but he will play every cup game, like Europa leagues, things like that, and we'll still put a kind of strong team and win a Europa League. Would you take the guaranteed trophy over maybe winning the Premier League? I'm not telling you if we are going to win it, and I'm not guaranteeing we are going to lose it. So you risk. So if you risk buying the league, and I'm telling you, okay, you play buying the league, we go all the way, all the way. It comes down to the one game, but I can't guarantee you because Bayer's injury and everything like that. I can't guarantee you're going to win the league. So I give you your decision. But what I can tell you is that if we nurture, look after Bayer, and only play him in Europa League stuff, we can win the Europa League. I'm giving you the Europa League. Would you bet your house on us having the slightest chance on winning the league? Or would you just be like, what, I'll take maybe a potential second in Europa League?
Yeah, I exposed me here because I'm a Premier League merchant, and
because that's what
I love myself with Premier
that
League.
could be a situation this season,
Yeah. Look, I understand all his logic. I really do because he wants to keep the players fit. But for God's sake, let Tanzania play in the Europa League. I'll play Bayi. I'll lie to you. Play Bayi in the league and win the league.
Maybe win the league. Maybe
Win the league.
So you would chance that even after I gave you a guaranteed Europa League trophy.
Look, I want to win the Europa League because it'd be a nice trophy on top of the Premier League. But no way am I prioritizing the Europa League. Hell no.
Okay, and if at the end of the season we are trophyless and second, would you fire Oli then?
No.
Now, Clay, I'm gonna pass on the same question to you, but I thought it was a great question. It just came straight into my head. No planning whatsoever. I just thought, this could be a reality of the situation. It could be working. So, Clay, I'll pass you on the same question.
I'm taking the trophy. No doubt in my mind. I'm taking the trophy. It's simple as that.
Yeah, and I honestly respect that. I get where you're coming from. Like Marcus was saying the other day, we need to realize where we are, and the Europa League is where we've been for a couple of years, so we need to try to win it. But nah, fam, I'm not having it. Honestly, I just feel like the Europa League is beneath us, and as an addition, it's cool, but I'm not interested in prioritizing it. Especially
right
after
now.
last season.
So what you're saying is
we went all the way.
Okay, but, so what you're saying is you take a firm second place in the league, and trophyless over Europa League, and let's say just maybe fourth or top four.
It sounds crazy, but honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly would. It sounds crazy, but I would. I don't like to.
Because here's the thing right now as well. I don't think we have a chance of winning the league, and I just think City are too good right now. Honestly, they're too good defensively. They're not conceding, and their attack is there again. They are just going to win the league right now.
Yeah, I think that's the catalyst. That's all we differ, because I think we do have a chance to win the league. So I've obviously risked it because of that.
No, I'm sorry. I'm taking the trophy, and I'll take my Champions League football no matter what, and we move.
Okay, Claire, to add on to that question, right? So let's just say we win Europa League, we get top 4. Would you fire Oli at the end of the season?
No, because you met the criteria that I've set up for the season, and that's win a trophy.
That's fair. Because I think think that's the criteria probably. I think Oli has to win a trophy of some sort, whether it's the Premier League somehow, whether it's the Europa League, whether it's an FA Cup. I think Oli has to have silverware, and like I said, top 4 needs to be easy walk in the park. It needs to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, it is kind of easy, you know. So it is kind of easy. We're on the road for it to be easy. Would I still fire Oli at the end of the season? To answer my own question, if he wins the Europa League and gets top 4 easy, probably not. I'll be honest with you, probably not. I think you have to be fair to Oli. Like end of last season, end
If it's
of,
in the bottom
end of
position,
last
fine.
season. I was Oli out even last season, but at the end of the season, he met the criteria, so he deserved this year. And the only reason I bring that up is because Oli's contract is also running out. But anyways, that all stemmed from the whole
For me-
centre back thing.
Honestly, for me, and just the last word, the league is the parameter, you know? Like, what you do there, for me, is your standard. And then the other trophies, it's a chance. Because the thing about knockouts, it's so easy to get knocked out, you know? You can play a whole game perfectly. In the 97th minute, they score a dizzy goal and you're out. So for me, it happens, honestly. But if you're finishing second in the league, that tells me you're making serious progress. So that's where I'm at.
Oh, I don't know, boy. I don't. I would love to. I would love to be a league merchant, and usually I'm a Champions League merchant, but we're not in the Champions League. So, you know, if there was a guarantee to win in the Premier League, obviously we all taking that. But boys, I don't know. I think these players need trophies as well, though. That's the thing. I don't like the Europa League as much as you will. I hate it. I despise it. I think it's a pointless trophy to get. But to get people like Pogba, Bruno, you know, not Rashford, Martial, you know, all these other players to stay at our club, we need to give them something in return. You know, they need
I
to
hear
know
you.
what it is to win a trophy.
Yeah, I hear you. From that argument, I hear you because like you need to get that mood going, that mentality. But I feel like Spurs are kind of doing that right now. Like I feel like they're putting a lot of faith in winning the Carabao Cup, and they're gonna get Europe, and it's the first piece of silverware. But they could play a perfect game against Man City, and then Man City get one goal, and it's over for them for that
Yeah,
season.
obviously there's always risk.
So
There's always risk. But some say you could do
I
the same
don't
thing
agree
in the
with
league,
that.
though. That loss to Sheffield. Imagine that was the reason we lost the league.
I get you. But over the league, I feel like it's at the end of the day, it's over 38 games.
Yeah, no,
You
yeah,
know,
that's true.
and you have a long period of time to prove yourself, and you can prove yourself in that type of scenario. I think you're doing the right things.
And the only reason I bring this up is because there's no chance we're winning both. Our squad is not good enough to win both. Personally, I think there's no chance
Squad's
we can
big
win
enough.
both. It's big enough. I don't think the quality is good enough.
Yeah.
We missed
I don't know.
we missed two of our starting players, and it looks like we don't know how to play football.
Fair, yeah. I think, and that's also goes back to down to Ole and how we play in the final third. I honestly do think that, and that's something he needs to improve. Because honestly, I think we might have the best second team in the league,
I yeah.
man for man.
On paper, yeah.
I think we might have the best
I
team
I'm
in
not
the
gonna
league.
lie,
I
it's
don't
not
think so. For terms of second team, I think City are still clear. Maybe we can talk after that, but yeah, I don't think we have the best.
very
Maybe
City
second
United.
best. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
second. I agree. Maybe second
That's
best.
fair.
But again, do I trust
We're
Ole to
making-
coach that second best team? No.
Yeah.
We'll make a show on it. Combined second teams, Man City and Man United. See
I
who's the
don't know.
most players.
Yeah, we can do that one day for content. But anyways, back to this. It all stemmed with the centre backs and just thoughts in my head, But yeah, I think Maguire lands off, even though I would love to see by. Doubt it's gonna happen. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and there's no one else really, so Aaron Wan-Bissaka plays. Midfield is where it gets interesting. Because Fred probably had the worst game in midfield when we played Southampton. And we're judging off of our Southampton game. Bruno did amazing. Scott did amazing. Pogba didn't play, but he was won our player of the month. So boys, what you gonna do? What is Oli gonna do? And what would you do?
He's in a sticky situation because I think
It's a
he
good
wants
situation.
to. No, I don't know if completely. I think it might be giving him. Yeah, okay, I guess, but it's giving him a massive headache because I feel like he wants to return Rashford to the left, but in games like this, I think he wants to play Scott and Fred and still get Pogba in the team. So, what does he do? And I feel like we might see Rashford back at the right, Pogba on the left, and McFred. We could see that.
So you think that's what Oli was gonna do?
No, sorry. We might see Rashford back on the right, Pogba
Yeah.
on the left, and McFred.
Yeah, but you think that's what Oli
Which-
should do? Just force them all into the.
I don't want him. I don't want him to do that, but
Yeah,
I think
no,
he
that's why I
probably
asked
will.
two questions. Ask
because-
what do you think Oli would do and what would you do?
Okay, I think that's what he'll do because I think he rested Pogba and he wants him to play. What I would do, yeesh. What I would do? Okay, I'd do a lot different. Greenwood,
Okay, no, just the
he
midfield.
wouldn't be
Let's just say
starting.
4-2-3-1. Pick
Okay,
your
okay,
three.
just the
Pick your
midfield.
three.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
just pick
Let me
your
not get
three.
ahead of myself.
Because otherwise, I'm going to
Let me get ahead of
diamonds and
myself.
everything. You know, just to
Yeah.
keep it simple, three midfielders.
Okay,
You
okay.
can only pick three on the field. Or would you actually?
Hmm.
I'll give you one other
Pogba.
option.
Two. You gotta pick two.
Oh
Because
yeah, you gotta
Bruno.
pick two. It's Bruno and yeah, two.
Donny's not an option, right? Because there's no way
Well,
it's
what you're
going to
doing.
happen.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, what you do?
Go for it. Yeah,
I feel like
pick
it's so
Bruno.
pointless. I feel like it's so pointless saying it because we say this every week and it's never going to happen.
Okay, exclude Donny.
So
Exclude Donny.
yeah, excluding Donny, I definitely play Pogba and Bruno because I think the world class. One of them is a world class player, I would say, and the other's a world class talent. So I think I definitely play them because the game changes. The other position, yeah, it has to be Fred. It makes the most sense. I mean, Matic doesn't have the legs anymore. McTominay is McTominay, and I think Fred is best suited for it.
Clay.
So yeah, that midfield.
The only other option you can have, by the way, is that you do what Oli is gonna do, like Moloto said, play Pogba on the left wing. But I don't even know why I told you that because you're not gonna put Pogba in the team. But yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to put Pogba in team if I'm doing my personal choice. What I think Ollie's going to do is either it's going to be McFred or it's going to be Matic Pogba. There's no in between. I don't think we're going to chop and change. We've never really seen the chop and change and have a Pogba Scott, a Pogba Fred. That's like a once every now and then, and it just never works. So it's either one or the other. I think he's got his pairings down, and I don't quite think we're going to see Pogba on the wing again, just because Greenwood has been really good, Rashford's been solid, Martial's been really good. I think the front three's pretty undroppable in my opinion, but I could very well see him on the wing, knowing Ali. But personally, I think we may see the Matic Fred. I mean, the Matic Pogba, I won't say Matic Fred. That's what Ollie's going to do. That's
I
what
don't
Ollie's
know.
going to do. I think we're going to play
Honestly,
Matic Fred.
I'll pay you if Matic plays. If Matic plays, I'll pay you.
So Matic Fred.
Honestly, I just don't see
No,
it.
Matic Pogba.
Oh,
Matic Pogba.
I had
He
Matic
never
Fred.
plays Matic.
Yeah, I said it.
He never
in a-
plays Matic in this type
I'm
of
sorry.
game.
He's done it before.
He'll play Matic against West Brom. Not this type of game. I
Yeah,
don't think
he's
so.
done it against Everton.
Against West Brom.
Do you guys remember who started
When
in
was
midfield
this?
the last time we played Everton?
It was McFred.
It was McFred.
Yeah.
So there was no Pogba in that game.
The last game was.
Yeah, it was McFred. It was McFred.
Wait,
If I remember
it's not
correctly.
here.
Let's just check.
Yeah, give me a sec.
I could be wrong because I'm just going off the top of my head.
Because
but
I'm
I
pretty
remember
sure we
it
did
being-
well that game.
March 1st, 2020, 1-1.
Oh, okay, we didn't do. Okay, never mind.
No,
That
not
one.
that game. We
That was
beat
the last-
Everton, did we not?
I saw we beat
No.
Everton the last time.
We beat Everton. We check your season. We beat Everton.
Refreshing everything.
Yeah, please. I'm
Oh, the last time. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Just wasn't refreshed properly. So the last time in the league, with a 3-1 win, we played a McFred.
Yeah,
So no Pogba.
because it was that period after the international break,
But
and okay,
the last time we versed Everton in the Carabao Cup, we played Matic Pogba.
in the Carabao Cup.
And that was a good game.
And we
Was
won
that the good
2-0.
game?
We won 2-0 as
2-0.
well.
Yeah, that was the good game then, yeah. So it
Yeah.
wasn't
The thing is, here it
good
is.
game,
Yeah.
One, Carabao Cup not as important.
Yeah.
Two,
True.
teams to show from the Carabao Cup. It won't be the same Everton in the league. I don't know what they're on,
Such a
but
league
then it's true though. Like the intensity, the tempo is much better in the league. So for me, he goes with McFred in this game. I don't agree with it, but I think that's what he trusts. And
Well,
he'll go.
I think it's a coin flip. It's as simple as that. I think it's a coin flip between the two. of us.
Judging by process of
I disagree, to be honest.
what's it called? Democracy. I'm gonna have to erase Paul Pogba, yeah, because evidently, you know, it's two McFreds.
Probably
and,
McFred.
Yeah, it's probably two McFreds.
It's probably McFred.
So,
Realistically, it's McFred, but if Pogba makes a starting 11, it's gonna be
however,
Pogba.
you know, because so we agree with that midfield. Now we have problems with, because I bring it to you guys forward once again. I know Greenwood's played well. Let's just say Cavani's injured for this game, right? We don't know. Let's just say Cavani's injured. We'll take it as what we have. So Cavani can't play this game due to injury, right? So you got that front three, the OG front three. However, I bring you this. Oli does like Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is almost an undroppable player on paper. He's an
Wow.
undroppable player. He has just won our
At the
player
moment,
of the month. We have seen Paul Pogba on the left wing. So, boys, I'm not asking what you would do, but I'm giving you one more chance. One more chance to go into Ollie's head. And you guys are telling me for the second week in a row, we will not see Paul Pogba in the team.
I think we're going to see him. And for Clay's side of the argument, I guess what's encouraging is that he didn't play against Southampton, and I think Southampton's a
At
team on
all.
with respect.
At all. Didn't we?
Yeah.
Come on, we're in it.
But the fact that he didn't play at all kind of says I'm resting him, you know. So if I have to get into Ole's mind, it's number one, Rashford has to play.
Yeah.
Rashford has to play number
He
one,
does
and I don't think he wants to play Rashford on the right anymore. So I think he'll stick him on the left. There's no other striker, so he's going to play Marshall to the middle, and we're going to see Paul Pogba back on the right, like we did against Liverpool.
And I see, I agree with you, Malot. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. Because boys, it's not looking good now. I was happy with the team. Now we have to change things. Because I don't. Oh,
Why you have to agree, boy?
I know. I'm sorry. Man.
Pogba is not good enough to be in the starting 11. Mason Greenwood is miles ahead of him.
He's my son. Mason Greenwood is my son, and I would. But you know what? To be honest, in my team, McTominay is not getting even near my team. So it is what it is. So, boys, I think this is what we're gonna see, and I don't know if this team is gonna beat Everton now, because I don't like this team at all. I don't like it. I don't like the square. Yeah, the square gives me a heart attack. Pogba on the wing. I don't like that. Tony, faith. Rashford, I like on the right, but then evidently, you never know with Rashford. It's 50-50 what you're gonna get. So,
Yeah.
Now, guys, how are we feeling? If that's the team. If you see that team against
For me, it
Everton, I guess
depends
we-
on. I think we can win because we're more talented than them. I think for me, it depends on how McFred play. If he's going to be playing them very deep and defense is number one, then I feel like our front players are going to struggle to get the ball. But if McTominay is running past Bruno and is getting good areas and he's trusting Fred to sit alone there, I think we could win this game because we're better players than them. And they're not in the best vein at the moment. So I think it can still win, but there's a possibility they can shock. Because it's a bit disjointed with Rashford on the right. It's not his best position. Martial, he played well the other game, but it's the jury's still out with him at the moment. And Pogba, not everybody's convinced with him on the left. So, yeah.
Now the thing is, right? You think I wouldn't mind, right? If I see this team on against Everton, I won't be surprised. No, I won't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be very disappointed. Very disappointed. It shows that you're cowardly. It shows that Ollie's a coward. It shows that he's literally trying to force just his favorite players into the team. He can't just put one on the bench, whether it be Paul Pogba because he's Paul Pogba, or whether it be Scott because he's his love of child, Because one of them needs to go on the bench, and now you're putting Rashford again on the right, which Ollie and the majority of people don't like. So, and even Rashford probably doesn't like the right. So, it's causing problems. It's just causing problems.
I just feel like.
And the worst thing is, if
The
we play this
problem-
team and we play like old United, we are going to be fuming, Chris. Let's just be honest. We are going to be fuming. If we see this team and he plays counter-attacking, deep line, no pattern of plays, we are going to be fuming because we knew it was going to happen.
I think what we can agree with Ollie, and I think from this team, what he does see is that Lindelof and Maguire aren't it. That's why he plays this team. And that's something we know as fans. So I honestly think the day, and I'm going to say it, the day we get a player like Upamecano, Maguire, and we get a Declan Rice in one of those positions, I think we're going to see a totally different United. Because I honestly do think when we have those players, he will be willing to go toe-to-toe with many more teams.
Good luck getting those players there, yeah? That's my
Yeah.
only problem with it. I don't necessarily disagree with you. If Ollie did have all these players he wanted, he probably would go toe-to-toe, fingers crossed.
Not all. I feel like it's unrealistic to think you're going to get every single player you want, unless you're Pep. But I just think those are pivotal positions in this team.
No, yeah, so the CDM is a centre-back and a winger. I don't disagree with it, boy, but that is going into a whole different conversation. Then you're putting your faith in the board, and I don't. I'd rather die. If someone's like, the only chance of you surviving is the Glazers helping you out, I know I'm dead. I've accepted it. I know I'm gonna die. It is what it is. After Jadon Sancho, I will never, ever give the board or this club the benefit of the doubt. They messed up a deal that was done. And he might come. Jadon Sancho still might come at United. But just like the Bruno thing, you should have been here a whole year before. You should have been here a whole year before. And it's a year of progress that we couldn't make because we wanted to save a couple bucks. Well, I say a couple bucks, it's millions, but just for that, So it is what it is. So Declan Rice might even be the third season signing, And would we even want Rice? Who knows how Rice would be 3 seasons? He might even be too expensive. He might be gone to Chelsea already. Who knows? So a lot can change in football in split seconds. Football can change. But yeah, I'll just be disappointed with Oli. If I see this team and if they play, I'll tell you what. If I see this team, and however they play like how they similarly played to Southampton, fair play, okay. But if I see deep lines, counter attacks, and I see a Bruno madness goal or a Pogba madness goal, or we there, Clayton and I are sitting there on the match reaction saying, "Wow, we were lucky again, weren't we? We were lucky. We were happy we won, but we were lucky again." When I am going to be fuming. I just gave Oli 21 last week. I want to see some progress. I want to see that he learned something. I want to see the right sort of players. I'm not even saying this is the perfect team. I'm not even saying there is a perfect team, because it's just about what you want. You can't please everyone, but definitely don't play the dumb, the dumb selection. I don't want to see, how can I say, like Pogba on the wing. I understand playing Pogba in midfield ahead of Scott. If you do that, fine. If you play Scott ahead of Pogba and Pogba doesn't play at all, fine. Everything like that is fine. If I see Cavani because he's fit, and no Martial, fine. If I see Martial instead of Cavani, fine. Because those are all reasonable changes due to rewarding players on their performance, especially after the Southampton game. I understand all of that. But don't try to squeeze everything in one team to hope, and then mess up, Rashford's chemistry on the right. Now, then we don't play with our wing backs further up and crossing creative, and doing creative things. I don't want to see all of that, So, and we can only know what's going to happen on Saturday in our match reaction. That's when we'll know our fate.
I agree with everything you're saying, but I won't be too fearful.
The universe stopped him.
Yep.
You see?
It knows.
The universe knew.
Yeah.
The universe knew what Malota was going to say. I wouldn't mind it because, if you win, I knew. Because he said it before. He said it before on the show, so, it is. Clay, I'm guessing you can be on my side, though, right? We don't want to be sitting here saying we are lucky again.
Yeah, definitely not. We need to be on the front foot. And yeah, I've just been holding my tongue because I'm just upset at all. I don't want to get into another debate about that right now.
What, the Pogba thing?
No, about we need our signings and then we can form whole mentality. We have good enough players. I'm tired of this nonsense. Just get a better manager that can use the players ahead of us.
Yeah.
That's it summarized. We have the players right there. We can do it. I don't know why we need suddenly a Rice to change to play on the front foot. Fred's good enough. Fred's more than good enough to allow us to play on the front foot. So is a Matic. So is a Pogba. So is a Donny. All of those players right there are good enough. And we should be winning this game. We shouldn't be relying on the luck. We shouldn't be relying on that long shot to just go in. We need to take it to the front foot. We need to learn from the Southampton game. And we need to take that mentality through to this Everton game. And we need to get a result.
Yeah. No, I hope you know the universe stopped you there, wait. Before you were going to say what you were going to say. I hope you know that. There was a sign from the universe that said, Moloto, no.
Now, mate, I just ran out of data. I had to buy a new bundle. That's all it is. No universe involved. Like I was saying, I wouldn't be too angry. I would recognize the problems and they need to improve. But because of our position and the amount of games we played, I'd say fair play, Oli.
Yeah, but the issue being right now, our position's not going to last because people are on our ass right now. And if we just go, we know this has been happening. It's been happening for 2.5 years now. It's not a new thing. It hasn't been changed. We knew these problems. So
I get you, but I feel like...
Yeah.
I feel like we do have problems, and I recognize that. But I do also feel like because of our positions, OLE'S clearly doing a lot right. And because of that, I give him the benefit of the doubt that he will fix it as time goes along.
Yeah, I think that's just the difference of how we see it. For
No,
Moloto, it's
Yeah.
it's Oli is
unwavering
there.
faith.
Whereas you ask me, I'm like, thank God for Bruno. Ash. Otherwise, curtains, curtains. Goodbye United. Goodbye title. Goodbye top four. Goodbye life. It's over for us. But it is what it is. Boys, it's come to that time. I hate this part. I actually hate this part of the show. I actually despise this part of the show. Because every week it just changes. Every one week I'm predicting a loss. One next week I'm predicting a massive win. Then I go between. I don't even know. I don't even know because we just
Exactly.
beat Southampton 9-0. Everton aren't really looking that great, but everyone turns up against United. And the thing with United is, I don't deny we can beat any team in the world. But I also don't deny it for the fact that we can lose to any team in the world. We could lose to Preston North End tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised. So, gentlemen, your score predictions for Manchester United versus Everton at home. Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first, Molo?
Clay can go first.
There we go. We're throwing you into the deep end, but go.
If I see that starting 11 that we put on that board,
The final one with Pogba left wing. Yeah.
I think we're losing. So on that assumption, I'm gonna put my prediction. I don't know why, but I have a weird feeling that we're gonna struggle against them. If
Okay,
that
split
line
your
is
decision.
up.
Split your decision. The initial team.
Yeah.
Not the initial, not your ideal team, but somewhat realistic Oli.
Yeah,
team
somewhat
you'd be happy with.
realistic on it.
So we'll split it. So the first one we'll say the Pogba left wing.
Yeah, Pogba left wing.
So basically,
all
you're saying a
correct.
team with Pogba and without Pogba. That's what you're saying.
A little bit, yeah. I think 1-1.
With Pogba.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we see a decline. And without him, I think we can do some madness up front. So let's make it 3-1 again.
Oh wow. Okay. 3-1 without Paul Pogba, and that's 1-1 with Paul Pogba. Well, I hope you're wrong. Okay.
Yeah, I can see this game going
I think
either
you're
way,
right.
honestly. To be completely honest, I can see us not firing up front and giving Everton enough opportunities to get goals, and they would narrowly win it. And I can see us just putting enough an effort, and because of the players we have, and winning it. But I don't see us thrashing them. I think it will be a tight game, and I'm gonna give my boys the benefit of the doubt. So I'm gonna go with a 3-2 United win.
Yep. I hope that's right. Damn. I hope Maloto's on right. That's a great game. Even though I'll probably be stressed and we'll probably be. That result just tells me you're going to be like, we were lucky, we were 2-0 down. Bruno Pogba comes on. And then, oh my god. I can see how that goes down. Now, pues, you know what? The thing is, I'm just going to base it on mathematics and probability, to be honest. I'll be honest. Because every time in my heart, I want to give these guys the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, you're not. We played well last week. We smashed the team 9-0. Fullbacks are great. They actually played Shoni ball, not Oli, but they played Shoni ball. And we smacked someone 9-0. I'm going to predict a 3-0 win this week. And then we go lose. So I'm not doing that. I'm doing it with Pogba left wing. Pogba left wing. Yo, this
I
is
don't.
tough.
Dun dun.
Martial was in the team, wasn't he? He was in the team. Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
Martial brace. Yeah, hey, but it's United. So I'm going with a 2-2 draw. Can't lie to you.
Wow.
Okay, so I want to say if we win 3-1 and Pogba comes on as a super sub, I respect that. But if Pogba starts and then we win 3-1, then I will just take my L and hold it over my head.
So that's how we're gonna do it. So we just need to clarify now. So Okay, so
Yes,
what
I would-
happens? Okay, what happens, boy? What happens if this happens? What happens if we 1-1? Paul Pogba comes on, and he's the difference. Then we win 3-1. Then what?
Then I'm gonna take my dub because Pogba's in star 11.
No. You will hold the L. You will hold. Even if it's I'll make you hold the L as well. If we 2-1 up and we're on the ropes, and all is like Pogba going, then Pogba gets us out of the ropes and scores the third goal. I'm gonna make you hold the L. Basically, if Pogba does something, I'm gonna make you firm it.
Cool.
But like then
Honestly-
again, if Pogba
So-
plays and we lose, I'm not holding it up because like guys clearly fucking hell. I mean, I don't know what more you want from me. I don't know. When I say we're gonna win, we're gonna lose. When I say we're gonna lose, we win 9-0. I don't even know anymore. I'm just going in between the middle, 2-2, see what happens. But I want to win.
It's a big game because
Yeah, the games get a
Liverpool
little
and
bit
City are
easier.
playing each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the games get a little bit easier than
And-
this. We have to win this game and cross your fingers a draw. Cross your fingers a draw for Liverpool City.
Nah, man, I don't want to draw.
Uh-uh.
For once in a while, I want Liverpool to win.
Boy,
I
if
want Liverpool to
Liverpool
win this
win,
game.
they're gonna go on some other things. And then Liverpool
Nah,
will win
man,
the
you need
league.
to.
And I'm gonna make you film that L when Liverpool are lifting
City,
the league, and I'm gonna cry, and I'm not even gonna do a show
City need to
anymore.
be brought back down to earth. You need to pull them right back to reality. Because, as I said, I don't think they're that great. And I do think they will drop points. Yeah, Liverpool are in a rough patch right now, but it's Liverpool, they can turn up, and I'm really hoping they do.
My first choice decision for that game quickly is that I want to draw. Then if I have a second choice is Liverpool win, then what I definitely don't want is a City win. Definitely don't want a City win in terms of the league race. If City win, however, I can banter all my Liverpool friends, and it is what it is.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Clay, your
Yeah, I'd
ideal
hate
results in
City.
that game quickly.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think a draw is necessary. Yeah.
Alright, boys. Anything else you guys want to say?
Nothing really. I just want to be level points with City, because I feel like I don't want them to get too far ahead. They're 3 points ahead of us now with the game in hand or so? It's not acceptable.
Let's see. I think it might
not
be
acceptable.
4.
Yeah, it's 3.
3.
47 plus 44. With one game in
So,
hand. So
Yeah, they got a game in hand.
In terms of the league race, which you guys don't believe in, it's fine. Which you guys don't believe in, I think it's better for us if City
Yeah, definitely.
lose. And the thing
probably.
is, I don't feel Liverpool. I don't fear them. I back my boys. They're not gonna catch us. It's
you
over
don't
for
feel the
them.
guys
So,
4 points behind you. You don't fear them.
You know, the
Smartest.
worst thing that could happen is if we lose and then Liverpool win, and now it's
Yeah,
fuck,
exactly.
everything's just fucked again. So
Nah, it's fine. They'll lose. They'll lose to like what? What? They'll lose to like some other small team. They'll lose to Newcastle.
You violated me.
Yeah.
I'm violated. Look at the results against the lower teams in the past few months. They're horrible.
No, they are.
Horrendous.
It's not Liverpool fault. Definitely not Liverpool fault.
They
And
suck.
the longer they don't have the
It's
star boys there, I don't really deny what you say. So, but anyways, it's been a good show.
The thing is, I'm
Okay.
sorry. The thing is, Klopp thought he was Pep, that he could the title, but he's not.
No one retains
you know?
this league. No one retains this league.
Pep does. What Pep does though,
I
because
do
he's the
not.
best manager in the world.
He's second best man in the world.
Behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
You can keep playing yourself.
He might
Ole.
even be the best manager in Manchester. Some would say, So
Who, Ole?
no, Pep.
Oh. Anna, that I concede. He's better than Ole.
Yeah.
Ole's better than Klopp though.
But anyways, wait. I'm trying to ending up 4 times. Wait. No, I'll not stand for the club slander like that. No.
Look at the table, mate.
No.
This Klopp.
No. Where's the trophies? I want my trophies.
Trophies are coming.
And
relax.
you don't, with your reasoning today's show, we're not gonna have a trophy, so I'm gonna be depressed. But anyways, for the final time, if you did enjoy the show, smash the like, do subscribe if you're new, comment down below your score predictions. And yeah, let's just hope the boys bring us a dub ski on Saturday. But from us, the RDA boys, we will see you in the next one.